What's up, guys? So behind me you see something that you haven't seen for quite a while now. I don't remember the last time that I made a video on this thing. It's been probably a year and a half, almost 2 years maybe. I'll have to check the date on YouTube, see when I posted part 28. But this is the 1976 Corvette project part 29. Before we start, this isn't really a full part because as you can probably tell by looking at it, there's not much progress been done to it. Pretty much nothing actually since the last update, but I've had a few people kind of recently and then also since the time that I posted the last update. Every now and then I'll get somebody asking me, hey, what's going on with the car? Are you gonna make another update? And do you still have it? Well, yeah, I still have it, and I am still gonna be working on it, and still planning on keeping it. I just haven't had a lot of time to work on it. Been working on other projects and school and work and everything. Life, you know how it is. And also what money I have to work on projects, I have to split it up between the stuff that I do, my boat, my Jeep, my car, props. That's why I haven't worked on it for a while. But like I said, I just wanted to do a quick update just to kind of show you where I'm at. And I'm also going to do kind of an overview, as best I can anyways, on the stuff that I have done to it. And just kind of go over a few things that maybe I could have done better, or maybe that I will have to fix in the future, like redo, because you got to keep in mind that when I bought this car, it was December 2012, so I was like 20 years old, I think, 19 or 20, and I'm gonna be 25 this August, so that's a big change there. It's quite a few years that I've had this thing, and it was my first car that needed a ton of work. I had my red Jeep, the 83 Cherokee, you guys might have seen on my channel before this, and it needed a little bit of work here and there, but it wasn't anything near what this car needed. So this has been a huge learning process for me, and I'm really grateful to it for that. I've learned a lot on it, but there are some things that I probably could have done better in the initial stages of the project when I was just starting out and just learning about everything. And even today, whenever I work on it, I'm still learning stuff as I go, and that's what makes it fun, and I do everything myself, all the work myself, so that's just the way you gotta learn, is you gotta go out there and make mistakes and learn from them. So anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so first off, I guess I'll just do a quick walk around. Like I said, there hasn't been too many changes to the car since you guys last saw it. I mean, I've been working on body work. Well, that was like the last thing I was working on, the bumpers, replacing those with the fiberglass replacements. As you can see, I still haven't fully attached the rear one. It's still on there just for test fitting and just so I can drive it, so I have the taillights in there. Still need to fit that on there, and then I gotta fill the seams in and everything. My dad always joked that he didn't think paint would ever stick to this thing because I've got greasy fingerprints and Bondo sitting like exposed and everything for so long. It's gonna be a job getting the bodywork finalized on it, but it is what it is. I had a few things I wanted to talk about. I'm trying to remember them all. One of the main things I wanted to mention is the headlights, because I know that that's probably like the most controversial thing that I've done to this car so far. I in no way, shape, or form want to ruin the body lines and the original styling of this car. The headlights are pretty much the only thing that I'm doing, besides getting rid of the little bumperette things on the nose there and then filling in the seams. The rest of it I'm pretty much leaving original, but I had initially, when I got the car, wanted to keep the pop-up headlights and fix them, and just use those, but the more I looked at them sticking up, I just thought they were ugly. And I know people are going to disagree with me, but I just did not like the look of them when they were sticking up. Obviously when they're down you can't see them, so they're fine, but I just wanted to try something else. And then back then, like I said, I was only 19 or 20. I didn't really want to go through the trouble of trying to fix the headlights properly. Maybe that's wrong, but it's what I chose to do. So I came up with those original versions you guys have probably seen, the big boxy headlights I had. They were probably about twice the size of the ones I have in there now, and had two of them, one sitting next to each other on the headlights. and I made the boxes out of wood, and I put fiberglass over them and everything. So, you know, like I said before, that's not the best way to do it. Definitely not the right way. And you know, as I come to find out that I didn't like that the styling of those headlights the way I had made them originally, I'll try to put a picture of them up here just so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you don't know. But I found that I did not like those, and I wanted something different. And also, you know, I realized that it was not the best way to do them. So I tore those out of there. And I think the second version was pretty much exactly the way you see them now, except the boxes, or the, you know, the whole headlight piece here was made out of wood again. And I fiberglassed it and resined it. It probably would have lasted a long time like that, but again, it's not the right way to do it. So I knew I liked the styling of them, so, and I wanted to do it right, so I tore them out. And then this is the third version, and hopefully the final version, or close to the final version, is what you see here. And these are completely out of fiberglass, so they're real thin and they're real lightweight, and obviously they're fiberglass, so they're the same material as the body. They're not going to rot, they're not going to do anything. One problem you might notice here is they are cracking a little bit, and the way I put these in here is when I had the bumper cone off and was swapping it over to the fiberglass replacement, and I was replacing that metal structure underneath here because it was rusted out. I had to replace that. So when I had that all out, excuse me, I actually glassed these fiberglass headlight bezels in from the back. And I thought I had put some on the top here, but I must not have, because they're cracking up a little bit just sitting out. So I'm almost glad that I haven't painted this thing for so long, because it's probably showing me issues like this where I need to fix them. So now that I know a little bit more about fiberglass, you know, just work and materials in general, doing my boat and just doing more projects in general with fiberglass, I know how to fix that easy. So just grind that down to a little bit lower than I need, and then I'll put some chop strand or whatever in there, and that should cure that. I've started to want to change these headlights out a little bit. I like how small they are, but they have this big gap around them, and that's kind of necessary for me to get them in and out the way I have them attached in there. So I'd like to find a different way to do that, so it makes it more flush and more professional looking, like more factory, I guess, instead of, you know, homemade, you know, because I don't want to do the homemade look. So these are definitely still work in progress, and you know, that's probably why it's going to take me a while to do the body work on this thing, because I'm still figuring these things out. I thought about trying to get some small round HIDs, maybe 1 or 2 in there. I don't know how that would look. Maybe they would have like a light bezel that would be easier to put in there, and I could fill that hole in better. I'm not sure. I mean, you can get to the lights from behind when you open the hood, but there's not a lot of room, and I don't know, have to figure that out. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people are hating on the videos because of the way I had made the headlights originally, regardless of what they looked like, just because I was using wood and stuff. And you know, I totally agree that was not the way to do it. So just wanted to update that, because I don't think I've ever mentioned it, and I didn't show any pictures because I don't have any pictures of the fiberglass, but I actually made a mold of the second version that was made out of wood, and that's how I got the shape out of fiberglass. And then I just, like I said, fiberglassed them in from the back. So I'm happy with those. As you can see, the hood is still screwed up. I'm still gonna have to take it down to the original layer here, because this stuff is just cracking off, and it's not helping it that it has to sit outside sometimes in the rain and the sun. So I'm gonna have to go down to, you know, clean glass and redo that. I gotta patch that hole there where my hood got stuck down one day after I put the hood back on, after I pulled the engine out and everything, because it had gotten out of alignment and it wouldn't unlatch, and I couldn't get to the mechanism, and I said screw it and just cut some holes in my hood. So those are gonna be easy enough to fix. Just take out the little mechanism on the back there. Go ahead and lift this up. Just take that piece out, and then I can get to the back of it and glass it in. So The engine, I haven't done anything too hardly. It's nice and dirty right now. It's still doing good, still running strong. I rebuilt it from the ground up. The only original things in this engine are the block and the crankshaft. Everything else is new. And you guys have seen part 25, I think, is where I show the engine build, like that little just photo shoot type thing, or photo pictures of it, the progress. So if I could do it again, I would probably go like all roller as far as the camshaft goes, because I've been paranoid about that flat tappet cam since I put it in there. But you know, it's in there now, and I'm just gonna keep driving it until it blows up or something happens. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that real quick, just to talk about that. I know this video is probably rambly. I say quick update, but there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to tell you guys about and just give an overview of what's going on with it. Let's see, what else? Never showed you guys the interior too much, I don't think, recently. Haven't done anything to it. It's still rowdy as hell, like I said last time. I'm planning on getting like new interior pieces, because you know, the dash and stuff has got cracks in places. I've put a few cracks in it here and there. Definitely need new seats. And I wanted to go with that green and gray scheme originally, and I painted the interior panels with that vinyl paint, and it's actually held up pretty damn well. Like, it surprised me how much it held up, except for on the steering wheel, obviously. But I don't think I'll do that for the final pieces. You know, since I need new ones anyways, I'll just get the color I want. I'm probably just gonna go black. That way, you know, if I do change my mind on the color that I want for this thing, black goes with everything. So that's probably what I'll do with that. I did get these auto meter gauges. They're like the old time style, and so the only one I need now is the clock. And then I think they also have speedo and tack that you can get in the same styling. I haven't looked at them in a while, but I might try to get those as well, because I think they fit the car very well, and I love the old school stuff, you know, so I really like the styling on those. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to mention is the floors. If you guys had watched my earlier videos, you know that I had to, come on, focus. I had to put floors in this thing because they were completely rusted out. And another thing I didn't do properly, because I was learning and I just wanted to get this thing on the road. You know, so I kind of rushed it and didn't do it right. They've held up fine, but I'm sure they're not the safest thing. So I'm gonna redo those, and my plan is, you know, to take everything out, the dash and everything, because I got to replace the windshield still, because it's still cracked over there from when I bought it. It's been like that ever since I've had it. And I'm gonna have to fix rust around the windshield frame. I think I've mentioned before. The rest of the bird cage is fine, as far as I can tell. I've looked up underneath the, you know, up through the side of the bird cage there, and I don't see any rust. And then the back, I saw when I lifted up the sides of the car to do the body mounts and everything, I could check out the bird cage pretty well, and the only place that was rusted is right up in these corners here. So, you know, I'll tackle that and fix whatever needs fixing. But I gotta do that with the windshield out, and obviously you gotta take the dash out and everything else for that. You know, but when I'll have all that out, I'll have more access to the floors to redo them. So that's kind of the big job that I've been holding back on, because I've not been wanting to put my car out of commission. I don't really have a lot of space to do it right now. There's like no room in the shop over there, so that's probably gonna have to put on hold for a while. But other than that, I haven't done anything to the inside here. I want to clean my wiring up, you know, make it all nice and neat. I did the body mounts on the frame when I was doing the engine rebuild, and I completely scraped and primed and painted the frame, so I don't think I have to worry about that for a long time. And you know, the body mounts, like I said, I did those so they're solid, and I put new brake lines in, new fuel lines at that point. I haven't done anything to the suspension yet. I know it needs bushings everywhere at the very least, but I also want to kind of upgrade it as well as I go. But you know, that's a lot of money, and You know, it's just stuff that can be done down the road. So just a little bit on my like overall vision for this thing. You know, the Corvette to me has kind of always been like a split down the middle of muscle and sports car, you know. And I've kind of wanted to lean a little bit more toward the sports car side of this thing. So I've tried to keep it lightweight, and I want to make it nimble, you know, good at handling, and have decent power to weight ratio, basically. That's kind of what I want for it. And so I've been just doing little things to make it lightweight. I'm not going to make it radical because I still want to make it, you know, a daily, or like able to be a daily driver if I wanted it to be, and comfortable. But you know, there's things that I want to do, like try to lighten the suspension up, and you know, that's part of the reason why I got the aluminum heads and aluminum intake for the engine. I know I could have gone way lighter, but you know, I'm on a budget, so I can't be buying all kinds of crazy space age stuff. But you know, eventually I'll get new wheels, so I'll get lighter weight, like aluminum wheels and that kind of thing, just to try to reduce weight. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling now and trying to find stuff to say about it. I know that there's a ton that I've done to this thing that I haven't talked to about, but you know, if you guys watch my older videos, if you can stand watching me back then as I'm learning, you know, then you'll see a better scope of what all I've done to this thing. Maybe in this video I'll try to put a few pictures just like along the road of what I've done to it. Just like, again, this is kind of like an overview video, but I think that's all the main stuff that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I just wanted to make this quick video. Not really a full update video because nothing has been done to it really, but I wanted to show people what's been going on with it, and show that I still have it and I am still planning to work on it. You know, I love this car. It's such a fun car, and I've put so much time and money and effort into this thing that, you know, even if I wanted to sell it right now, I would not be able to sell it for even half this price that I put into it, probably. Not to mention my labor, but you know, that's never been the goal for this thing. Plan on just keeping this and making it my own. You know, that's what it's all about to me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been rambly and kind of choppy. I had tried to make a list of what I wanted to go over, and I think I covered most of it, but I know I was kind of jumping around a little bit there. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer them. I don't post enough, I know, on YouTube, but just so busy with everything else. And but hopefully if I can get the old boat back in the water, then I might be able to start working on this again. There are a few things I want to do to my Jeep still, but that kind of got put on hold so I could work on the boat, you know, and the car had got put on hold because I wanted to work on the Jeep, and you know how it goes, just one project at a time. At least get it to a certain point, and then you can move to something else for a little while. But yep, anyways, I'm gonna end it there, and thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. I'll take them, and hope to see you in part 30. Hopefully it's not 2 years from now. See you next time, guys. Thank you.